Scrum. That's fine.
Yay!
It's an excuse, right?
All right. Okay, I'll start the recording. Today is Ilham's not final day, but final Scrum. Unless we want to make a Scrum tomorrow, just to make it more final than the final one. So he'll be leading the discussion. And Ilham, we have a new innovation tomorrow. Tell us about it. You're going to be doing an exit presentation, right?
Yep.
Ooh, exciting. Okay, all right. We'll hopefully see a lot of... Hey, everyone's welcome to come. So as a new innovation, this is an idea that we hope to excite people about. Interns will do an exit presentation. So this will be a summary of all the innovations and their impact during the time of the internship. And it's going to be super meaningful. Ilham will be the pioneer in this new practice. And Ilham will have... it's a win-win, right? Ilham will have a portfolio hosted on the Bukit Vista YouTube channel so that when his future bosses ask, what have you done? He can be like, yo, this is what I did. And all my bosses were there too. So they totally endorsed me. So that's handy for him. And it's also handy for people who are recruiting because they can be like, this is what you'll do if you're successful in your internship. So it makes the internship a little bit easier to explain as well. Show, not tell. Okay, anyways, Ilham, take it away. Yes, Erica is going to do it too. Yeah, Erica should do it too as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir, and also thank you, guys. Yeah, so first thing first, maybe Jana, you can share your screen. SLA discussion management, yeah. Okay, please move to announcement first, Jana. Okay. So anyway, guys, so for today's Scrum, I will split into 20-50 minutes and 20-50 minutes. Yeah, 20-15 minutes for our discussion in SLA, and another 20-15 minutes for our discussion in each funnel, yeah, guys. So we will end this paper discussion on 30-60, 30-25. So for a breakout session, so we'll end in 30-50. Okay, so let's move again to our SLA discussion management paper. And for announcement, I think there's no new announcement for this one. Yeah, guys, so I think we can scroll down again, Janet, to our main issue. Please scroll up again. Sorry. Yep. Okay. It's the same. So we still don't have any issue to discuss, yeah, for today's Scrum. I think it's feel like it's strange actually. We do not have any main issue to discuss at the moment. But okay, I will follow up from the previous Scrum, yeah. So I think we can move to awareness in 16 June. Okay, for Kachalin, maybe you can give the updates for discussion in about Nusa Talent, yeah, Kachalin.
Okay, so for this Nusa Talent, like I contacted them this morning and they've already scheduled the meeting on 29th of June. So later I'll invite the awareness team accordingly after this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kachalin. So Jana, maybe you can write the update, yeah, from Kachalin. Okay, thank you. And I think please scroll down again. Okay, so for this one, it is for middle funnel, yeah, in interview question bank. I believe it is for our... Wait, it is wrong date, yeah. 23 June, but it is on Friday. I think it is for Wednesday, right?
Ilham, I think this is actually good. So apparently, I think we've actually completed the requirement a little bit early. What we had agreed was that each person would add 3 questions about core values on the document before Friday of this week. So I think we've actually done better than expected. One, the formatting I think has been redone a little bit, so the formatting is actually improved. I'm not sure who did it, maybe Schumann or Shaylin, but the formatting now is done in easy, medium, hard questions for the vital attributes. And then there is quite a lot of core value follow up questions now. That should be plenty, that should be enough actually for the middle funnel people to work on. And I just want to celebrate that. That was actually really good. Oh, Arvi. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, Arvi. Um, Okay. All right. Thank you. Actually, for being transparent about that. That's very good. And I apologize, Harvey. That credit should go to you for organizing. The second thing is, I actually appreciate that we actually got this done beforehand. So that's great. That's ahead of schedule. And also, one more thing. One more thing. If this the I don't know. Why am I so stuck today? Okay. The purpose of this document is actually not to finalize the interview questions, but to create a platform where we can evolve and innovate the interview questions. So as we go over time, you'll notice that after a while, people will start actually answering more correctly on even the hard interview questions. Is because people will share and people will tell about like, okay, what exactly was Bukit Vista expecting? So your questions will need to they'll probably need to evolve over time as well. But now that we have a question bank, I think we can make withdrawals and also make deposits later when we need new interview questions. Okay. But yeah, thank you everyone for achieving this milestone. This is great.
Okay, thank you, sir. So for this one, I think it is done. Yeah, every people in HR have filled the question. So maybe for this one, we can discuss further in Friday, yeah, sir, for interview question bank.
No, I think Ilham, this is good. This has already reached the end of the discussion. I think we're good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, Harvey, please.
So I'm still investigating about the quality of the questions that are there. Maybe I will do written communication with Mr. Jing, but the questions is already good.
Okay, okay, thank for the update. Yeah, I think it is done for the interview question bank. So. Yep, but we still need to, like Harvey, still need to discuss with Mr. Jing about the quality itself. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Karvi and Mr. Jing. So, Gina, can you scroll down again? I think for this main issue on 14 until 20 June topic is done actually. So maybe we can move to, okay, we can do the follow up for breakout summary yeah, in June. Okay, please scroll down again to, okay, to top funnel team first. Anything update for this one from the actionable itself? Maybe to Furcon first.
Okay, so I guess it really should be floored into this discussion. Is it really necessary?
Sorry, what Furcon?
Okay. Is it really necessary to bring up this discussion, this top funnel discussion, into this main floor?
Okay. So you think we can break up session yeah, right
I
now?
think it is actually for Khan. The reason it is because remember, most of the topics that we cover in the breakout are the updates that we want to update the rest of the chapter. And so after we've updated the rest of the chapter, the feedback loop, if I'm not mistaken, is currently broken, right? So we break out, we have a discussion, but we never follow up on what was the thing that we committed to doing at the last breakout, right? So I think this can be a good practice that Ilham is doing. So he's looking and examining if we actually took action or did we actually make some progress based on the results of the last breakout. So in the upper funnel, I see here that there are some things that we're going to do. I guess the question is actually, have we done them? Have we distributed accordingly? Have we improved our targeting to reach more motivated candidates? Let's go to Furqan, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, please Furcon.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Ilham and Mr. Jing. Okay. So actually, for the actionables, for the first actionables, which is from Kasia, the good case practice brought up by Kashalin in explaining or elaborating the what is it the updates within this card, it should be voiced to all of the middle funnel. So yeah, please, all the campaign cards, let's take a look to SBD cards and see what how Shalin um, updates the card. So yeah, it will be the good case practice. And also specify the targeted audience. Actually, this is in my part. In my part, I will try. I've tried to reach LinkedIn new candidates through LinkedIn. So yeah, I'm currently looking for the marketing competition winner, or yeah, with the good or decent background as well, so that is open to work. So yeah, I'll try to do that. um any other follow-ups from other top funnel tips?
Yep. Any update again, guys, from top funnel? Okay, it is not so. Yep, I agree with Furkan. Maybe we can try to learn about Shalin method in update his card about sales and BD card, yeah, and maybe we can try to implement it in our respective funnel, also in top funnel, also middle funnel, yeah, guys. And okay, thanks Furkan for your updates. So move again to middle funnel section. So I think for the update ke RV first or Sumin, PIC, or I think it is about PIC, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Okay.
for the first problem that we had about the maintaining of campaigns, I think that one is progressively we'll work on it. And then for the SLAs, I think we've tried to add in already, right? Yeah. Then the third point, intern audition. Oh yeah, so that one I just had a discussion with Lilis, but I think that is more middle funnel for now. So yeah, I'll probably have a discussion with Jing, Shalin, Vera, and RV. Yeah. Then for the gun chart, that one is more about like we can better see the expiration dates of like all our interns. But Vera also put up a request on BI to ask them to like do a visualization for us. Yep, then that's for continuity. And then lastly is the need to like redelegate some of the campaigns, because like it was quite confusing when Vera and I was like doing we separate, like I was taking 3 rows and Vera was doing 2 rows, and like she had to convey to me and then I have to update the card. Yeah, so now we decided to split, so I will be taking the entire PD chapters. Yeah, but we did some redelegation here and there also. So we will update the middle funnel team later, and we will update the cards also, so that our top funnel team will know, like, you know, who's the middle funnel in charge of the campaign cards. Yep, that's all for now. Back to you, Ilham.
Okay. Thank you, Shumin. Yeah. So I think we can implement it, yeah, guys. So for like breakout summary and for the update itself, maybe we can put like a proof or evidence about what we have done. So like maybe Shumin, you can put a Gantt chart or a paper accordingly, yeah, Shumin. And also you can tell us about okay what we have done in each funnel also, yeah, to tell us about to tell us in our chapter also. Okay. Okay, Mr. Haji.
Yeah, Ilham, I'm gonna put you on the spot on your last scrub. Do you see anything urgent that should be discussed based on comparing the updates from the upper funnel discussion and the middle funnel discussion?
Most important things.
I think it's very important, actually, especially since we're using a new format now. Do you see anything that should be cross pollinated, maybe?
Hmm. Uh, I think we can move to after this one. Yeah, I think we can move directly to our breakout channel. Sorry, breakout.
Okay.
Okay.
It would have to be SLA achievement. Okay, RV, good guess, good guess. Does anybody else want to? I see something that's very, very structural and strategic. Does anybody see it as well? Let's open this up so that we practice our powers of observation. It's more to do with how we communicate for Ilham.
About written communication, yeah,
Yes,
sir.
it's about how we do our written communication. Does anybody see it? Okay, let's go with this. Which funnel layer has a more clear explanation and a clear set of goals? Yes. Okay, that's it. That's it. Vera got it. Vera, yes. Okay, Arvi got it as well. All right, very good. So let's take a look at the way that the middle funnel update has been updated versus the top of funnel update. The middle funnel is updating what is the problem. Yes. What is the problem? What is the solution? Okay. And that part I think is really good. This doesn't necessarily need to be finished, I think, at the end of the scrum because the secretary is busy, let's say, writing down information. But I think before the next update, these should be packaged into actionables and into these actionables are far more clear. They're far more clear because we are all collectively able to see and understand what the problem is. We're all collectively able to see what the potential solution is. And we're all capable of looking and seeing when will the solution be delivered. So this opens up a lot of possibilities, right? It protects the solution because by revealing what the problem is, somebody else might actually look at that and go, hey, there's actually a faster solution if you want to solve that problem, right? So by transparently documenting what the problem is, that already is a really good approach. Telling what your solution is tells us essentially, okay, what is the plan and how are we going to approach that plan? But it also allows a solution to be critiqued and analyzed by other people who are looking at this as well. So that I think is really good. And then putting an effective end date for when we expect a solution sets the expectations for the entire chapter to be on the right page, right? This is, I think, the correct way to actually document interlayer communication and documentation. The top one right now still needs a bit of refinement, right? So we have a set of actions, but we don't have a set of, or at least it's not clear, right? The problem and the solution is sort of maybe interweave together. So let's try this. Today, whoever is doing the secretary role, try to think in this order, right? Try to think what is the problem, what is the solution, and when can we arrive at a solution? The point of any meeting is really just to do that. The point of a meeting is to discover the problem by using a lot of eyes and a lot of brains on it, prioritize what we're going to do by looking at, okay, we have this many people, we have this resource, what is the best solution, and then arrive at a decision, right? And report what your decision is to the rest of the chapter so that they can have the right expectations for what's going to happen. Okay, so I think this is good progression. The next progression, I think, for this is probably more related to, okay, what impact does your solution have on the SLA, right? So that's the next level. So once a solution has been implemented, what can we expect on which SLA on which campaign? So that will then, of course, let's say, for example, you're in middle funnel and you're saying, oh, we've reached basically our hiring quota. Then that information should go up to the top of your campaign so that whoever's doing awareness for you doesn't keep on dropping things in or passing messages about candidate quality. So anyways, one step at a time, but let's say the actionable today when we go into our breakouts is please think about what is the problem, what is the solution, when do you want to arrive at a solution. Try to report it at the end of the scrum if you have it already ready, but if you don't have it ready, then definitely have it ready for the next scrum where we can review it at the very beginning like with the way we're doing today. Okay? All right, Ilham, I'll let you continue.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jing, yeah, for your input.
Mhm.
And maybe I think for Jena we can announce this, yeah, for written communication. But I think it is also state from Vera, and maybe we can just try tag anyone in this doc to state that if you agree, just put their name also, yeah. We can try the as practice like a previous one. Okay, so I think that is for our discussion in SLA discussion management. So we can start to move to breakout session, but I think I will ask question for top funnel, especially for Mr. Jing, yeah. So how do you think, Mr. Jing, it is still relevant to put discussion to combine discussion for bottom funnel in top funnel?
Yeah. Okay. So that's a good question. Why do we combine discussion of bottom funnel and top funnel? Because we don't have a bottom funnel leader, I guess. If we have a bottom funnel leader or somebody wants to step up to create a bottom funnel lead, then we can do it. But right now, it makes sense to integrate bottom funnel to top because employee advocacy is employee awareness, right? So it's kind of connected in that particular regard. But if somebody wants to lead bottom funnel and think about how to actually transform employees and aim for employee advocacy, I'm open. Just step up and say I want to give a shot at leading, and the place is yours. Yeah. So when we break out into more groups, we need more leaders, right, to lead the discussions. And right now, I'm not sure who would be able to do that. So that's why we have, yeah, the two discussions in one group right now.
Okay, follow-up question, sir. So
Yeah.
it is possible to have maybe you can breakout session. Okay, the first 10 minutes maybe for the panel and the last one for bottom panel. It is possible to.
Yeah, we have to be very efficient, I think, to cover all of that. It's not ideal. I think generally, well, Ilham, it really depends on the maturity level, right? So
Mhm.
right now we're still very green because we absorbed a lot of new people in the team. So a lot of coordination, a lot of learning, a lot of needs to happen. When we mature a little bit more, I think then most of the discussion will be around, the results rather than teaching people how to do a certain skill. So I think that can happen over time. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Ilham. If you send me a leader, send me a leader for bottom funnel, and I'll gladly break it into three groups. Yeah, that would be better. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, Mr. Ting. So okay, I think we can put this in announcement for anyone who wants to be a volunteer in bottom funnel. Uh, just please come up, yeah.
Okay.
Or just speak up. Okay, I wanted to be leader in battle panel, and maybe Jana, you can put it as announcement for this for today's scrum, yeah. Okay, I think we can start our breakout sessions. How how to do it? How can we split the breakout? Okay.
Okay. I'll see everybody in the breakout. All right. Okay. Oh, actually, we don't know who's the second moderator today. Does anybody know? Did Ilham tell anybody in the group who's second moderator? It's probably Javanka, right? Javanka, are you the second moderator? Okay, probably not. Okay.
Oh my god, really?
No, I'm kidding. I was.
Oh no.
You're a trial, so I doubt you would be. Well, it could be. Furkan, would you like to give it a shot?
Lalita, I guess, based on the Trello card.
Okay. All right, Lolita. Lolita,
Oh,
it's. Did you know? You were like, what?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Definitely check the cards beforehand, before the meetings. Ideally, the chair should inform everybody because then it's you don't want to check the card every day, right? Like to see, but okay. All right, Lita, take it away. Let's give you a chance to moderate.
Okay, so who's gonna be the secretary?
Let's see, Furkan, who's the secretary?
Actually, it's Latifa, but
Latifa.
I guess she's not here because of something exam, probably.
Okay, so Kak Furkan, can you help me?
Very good.
Sure.
Okay, so let's start this discussion. Um, Kak Furkan, can you be the one to share screen?
Okay. Share screen. Maybe.
Okay, so I guess in this breakout session we're going to talk about the solutions of the problems, right? Okay. The problem is is that we have approved the LA for the campaign, but we haven't approved the SLA for the applicants. So Uh, Capricorn, do you have any idea about what we?
Persuaded. I guess it's quite true. Can you repeat that because I cannot hear you clearly. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so because the problem earlier is that we have reached the SLA for the campaign, but we haven't reached the SLA for the applicants. Do you have any idea or solutions to what we can do?
Okay. So, in my opinion, we somehow it's quite interesting and quite challenging for me to find the audience that is really suitable. Which means by suitable is um, yeah, they're open to the internship itself, internship opportunity itself, because yeah, based on my observation, yeah, I've tried. Yeah, sure, please.
Yes, Mr. Jing.
This particular role, well, I think okay, let's go to Lolita. Lolita, we need to be clear what campaign we're talking about. Are we talking about the sales and BD campaign?
Oh, so we're going to talk about each campaign.
Well, yeah, because what Furkan is talking about is maybe relevant or irrelevant depending upon which campaign. So sales and BD is not interns; it is a full-time job, right? So that one, I think we need to be specific because it's high priority. We need to be specific about what is the particular problem in that category. Now, if we remember from the previous sync up, the problem was that we had been achieving applicants, but the applicants weren't of good quality, right? And we were going to try to do something different. So let's let Furkan have an opportunity to tell us what specifically is going to be different about this campaign, which is a full time hire.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. So I will try to continue. So in this card, I've been trying to reach the people in LinkedIn which has a decent background in marketing and so on and so forth. So it could be considered as having a calling and career sense in, yeah, for applying sales and business development, and also been reaching out into the marketing or business plan competition as well through LinkedIn. But unfortunately, when I found several people that has been awarded in business plan or marketing plan competition, yeah, they've been absorbed by other companies as well. So yeah, it's quite hard to target or to find the still open to work people which was a competition winner.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Jing.
Okay, so here's the issue that Shaylin has brought up for Khan. So there are fewer qualified applicants, and they are lesser qualified than before. So this is the question we need to ask ourselves, right? Have we been doing anything differently from what we did before this week from the previous week for Khan?
Um, Um, actually, yeah, actually, in this week, I'm trying to, yeah, as I said earlier,
Hmm.
about this, yeah, targeting this competition champion and so on and so
Hmm.
forth in LinkedIn. And previous week, I mostly reach out to the universities.
Okay, so this is where we need to make a decision, everyone, all right? We have three decisions that we could potentially make. One is that the results are worse. They're worse in two dimensions. They're worse in quality and they're worse in quantity. So we have three choices. We can continue doing what we're doing, right? That's one possibility. We can go back to what we did before. That's the second possibility. Or we can find a new method that we haven't tried yet. That's the third possibility. Okay. Now, what seems the most logical at that time? And let's take into account our resources. We have a certain amount of time, we have a certain amount of resources. Let's go to Lolita first. Lolita, which decision seems the most sensible to you? Keep doing, go back to before, or try a new one?
I think we can go back to the new one and do new things because if this week's applicants is lesser qualified, it means that the previous applicants were more qualified.
Mm,
But it doesn't mean that the previous applicants are really qualified and what we are looking for. So maybe we can also find a new way.
okay, very good. So I think Lolita has a pretty good plan here for Khan. So the thing we need to keep in mind is this is actually part of the process of innovation. So once again, that emotional journey, going from something that was safe and comfortable, we stepped outside, and now we are learning that maybe something isn't working, right? So the right way I think to manage it is to stop, right? Like if you see that these things are not working, well, you can keep on going if you want. You can say, hey, look, the oil is just another meter below the rock, right? We just need to drill through the rock and we'll hit the oil. But be careful with that because what happens oftentimes is that you get into an emotional sunk fallacy feeling. Like I've already spent 2 weeks on this idea. I'll spend another week and I'll finally hit something. Generally, it doesn't work like that. Generally, if you don't see results, it's probably better to go back to what you were doing before. It doesn't mean you should stay there either, right? Because obviously what we were doing before wasn't good enough. But if you go back to what you were doing before, at least the flow will continue kind of like in a better way. And then think about for next week, like how to transition over to a new idea, right? That let's say incorporates some new inspiration. Okay, so all right, Furkan, just tell us back. Like you don't have to decide right now, but Lalita, give Furkan some time to decide how much time he needs to decide on an action. Right? Will he continue going? Will he go back to the old plan? Will he come up with a new plan? Or will he go back to the old plan first and then come up with a new plan, right? So Furkan will need to give that decision, and that is what we can report back up to the SLA below us, right? What's going on? Okay. So I would ask Furkan right now, Furkan, how long would you need to make a decision on this?
Okay, so actually, yeah, maybe I can start the decision by tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
at
Good.
latest.
Excellent. Well, what time tomorrow?
Um, Tomorrow at 10.
Okay, 10 a.m. Okay. All right. That's what we need to write on the card, and whoever's the secretary just needs to report that back up to the rest of the team. Okay. Yes. Give me a second.
May
Hey.
I add something?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so basically, maybe I've checked the candidate tracking card for SBD, right? And yeah, as I see, actually, the current candidate is coming from last week distribution post as well from the universities and yeah, from the universities that I've outreached.
Uh-huh.
So probably the qualified candidates it's coming from the universities itself. So the one that I've been trying to outreach, like currently in LinkedIn, so on and so forth, doesn't really showing the result as of now. So maybe it would get the result in the next week. So yeah, maybe we should pay attention to that kind of like time as well.
Okay, very good. So that is an internal discovery for Khan, and you can go ahead and put it as part of your notes of what you plan to do. Okay, but what the rest of the chapter needs at this point is just when do they expect an improvement on the application flow. So they just need to know what your decision is, and that part yourself you can just put as a note and remind yourself of how to get it done. Okay, good. All right, so we've covered the first topic then, Lolita. Let's go on and see what the other topic is. Hey, babe, there's somebody at the door, babe. Hey, babe.
Okay, then we will continue to the next campaign, which is HAR intern. But Puji is not here. Okay, I guess we can just look at the problems and then uh, try to comment for Puji. Okay, so okay, wait. there is no. Oh, Kak Shumin write that. Could we clarify what is media partner Brawijaya University, and also it's the uh oh wait, sorry. So an hour ago, Kak Shumin write the friction that there is one professor from Triat Mamulya University that want to contact me by call to talk about the opportunities that exist at BV. And also, there is no media partner from Brawijaya University that I have reached, but just read my messages and no new applicants. So I guess the problem in this campaign is the same as before, as is the same as the previous one, which is we haven't reached the SLA for the applicants. But the PIC is not in this room right now.
Mm.
So do we have to do we have to discuss about the solutions that maybe Puji can do later? What do you think, Kak Latifa?
Sorry about this. By the way, I'm sorry guys. I just come in because I have some urgent things to do. Um, Regarding this partnership, Lalita.
Puji is not here, and the problem in this campaign is that we haven't reached the applicants
Mm.
SLA. Do you have any ideas or solutions that maybe Puji can do next?
Mm, I think like what I think the strategy can be like she approach more to the student organizations in that particular major, and then like ask them to do you have any connection about your lecture or yeah your mission office.
Uh, I guess Mr. Jim wants to talk.
Okay, I think I understand the point of what Shumin is asking here. So before we go and target a particular, because it takes time, right? It takes relationship building with this tree Atma Mulia. We should actually identify, is this school actually a good source of potential candidates for this particular role, right? And if I'm looking at this correctly, it is doesn't look very well ranked, and I can't say that it has been selectively targeted in sort of a conscious fashion. It seems like we just picked it out at random. So I think that's what Schumann is emphasizing, right? This is the first time we heard of it. Is this actually a credible source of interns or employee candidates? So I think this is the key here. We don't want to create a how would I say a quantity result without actually thinking about the quality of the result at the same point. So I think Schumann is just trying to remind Puji about that. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's what I see. Let's zoom up a little bit. Yeah. Could we take a look at the big numbers then, Lolita, and let's see what we have at the top. So okay, distribution post is Puji. Can we go up where? Okay, I can see the number 6 to 10. Okay, and we need HAR people. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, that is it's a little bit bizarre. I can't figure out how Puji is actually determining what to target at this point. So I can see, okay, because Schumann's relying on Puji as her first client, as Puji's first client, she needs Puji to direct it in a way that gives her confidence that, okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah, and there's no increase in applicants either. Okay, since Puji isn't here, let's not spend any more time on this. We will basically defer to this campaign. We'll need to have a decision, let's say by tomorrow 5 p.m. Okay, so we'll reach a decision on how to evaluate Puji's. Puji will describe her method and how she's going to try to get more targeted uh, applicants in the right quantity by, let's say, tomorrow 5 p.m. Okay. This is also important, everyone. As chair, Lolita, sometimes you don't have a perfect meeting, right? You don't have the right person there or whatever you might need. So remember, it all comes down to four things, right? Um, what decision do we make? Who is going to do what, and when will it finish, right? Or if we can't make a decision, at what point can we actually make a decision? And that becomes then the result of the meeting. Okay, so just balance between those two, and I think it'll be okay. Okay, let's keep on going, Lolita.
Yes, sir. Then we will go to Bali content creator intern. Okay, so sorry.
My
Uh,
goodness.
sorry. Okay, so Diana hasn't had any update yet regarding Bali content creator. I guess she hasn't changed the cover yet. But I see that it is the same problem, which is we can't find any applicants, even though I've got the distribution cost, which is three distribution costs. Um, and for the solution, actually, I'm still trying to what is it uh, to outreach competition organizers. And also, I'm still looking for the background of YouTubers. And actually, it is uh, actually I keep on finding the same background of the university.
Lolita. Okay, all right. This is since you're chairing right now. The meeting right now is not about essentially what the activity going behind it is, right? We can talk about that during the workshops, during the discussion. The meeting is really once again decision, right?
Okay.
Have you identified the problem? How long do you think it would take to actually arrive at a solution? Same thing as for con, right? Are you going to continue what you're doing? Are you going to try something else? Or are you going to go back to, let's say, an older method that was a bit more successful, right? So same question to you, Lolita. What do you want to do?
Okay, so actually, this current method is a new method.
Hmm.
So I want to keep on trying this method.
Okay. All right. And then just set the expectations of how long do you think you would need to pursue this method before you see results. And so we have the next checkpoint essentially to report back, right? If you want to continue this method until next Friday, then the SLAs, the people that depend on you should know that, right? And that's pretty much it. Okay. Just go ahead and put that note there, and then we'll know what Lolita's plan is.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep on continuing this method until this week, this Friday,
Mhm.
uh, and then I will see the result on the conclusion on Monday, on next Monday,
Mhm.
and then on next Monday, if the result is still not good, then I will find a new method.
Okay. Let's understand also what the problem is at the moment, Lolita. I think the problem is what? People are not responding, people are not distributing. What is, people are not playing? What does it look like to you right now?
The problem is that people are not applying, and also when I got response, they were like hesitant to distribute the post. They kept on saying that they need more time to discuss,
Okay.
but they come back with no results.
Okay. That's pretty typical in Bali, Lolita. That is, I don't know. When I work across Indonesia, every time it's called like the Bali black hole. You send these things to people and they never respond, or they respond and they don't really get back. You might need to shift your audience. That I think is probably the most important part of your communication strategy that needs to change. If you're not getting a response, remember you can't do anything about that, right? You cannot control if your audience responds or not, but you can choose a different audience, you can choose a different time, you can choose a different message, you can choose a different channel to engage them. Okay, so you're going to have to make a choice on what you would like to do, and that is how I would address this potential problem. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Um, then I guess we can keep on going to the next campaign. For the next campaign is community management intern. Okay, so The problem is that there is no friction in this. Applicants, there is one applicant. Kairan is not here, so looking that there are no frictions in this, maybe we can continue. Okay, then let's go to PI chapter interns. It is Kalativa, so
Okay, Lolita, one more thing. How many more minutes do we have before the end of this discussion?
8 more minutes, sir.
Eight more minutes.
Yes.
Are you sure? Furkan, I thought Ilham was going to extend the time for the conclusion. Is that been the case or not yet?
As what I've heard, it's 25-25, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
He said.
25, 25. Okay, so that brings up. Okay, so we then have about 3 minutes then. Yeah, 3 minutes, Lolita. Okay, Lolita. At this point, you have to make a decision, right? Whether to go deeper or to zoom out and figure out what the big problems are so that we can report it back to the rest of the chapter. If we have 3 minutes, I think we should use those 3 minutes to really summarize where the main pain points are in awareness. So, one of the pain points, it seems, is our new strategy of trying to get guest lecturer is not working, right? Maybe we're not using the right way. Okay, so we probably need to inform everybody that we will go back to the old way, and then we'll need to develop a new method to. So what this is going to mean, we have to set expectations again. Is we'll probably get more lesser quality applicants again, right? So we'll raise the numbers, but the quality will be at the same level as it was the previous week. Okay. The reason why we think that might be a good plan for the most part is because the new method, we seem to be getting lower numbers and lower quality. So that doesn't make any sense, right? For certain campaigns. For certain other campaigns, I think we can continue. But let's go to Furkan. Furkan, did you see any other big picture insights from this discussion that we need to report?
Again, to be honest, if I could, yeah, take the conclusion, again, it's problem of quantity, quality again.
Right.
It's hard to, what is it? It's quite challenging to find, what is it, a quality candidate that has the persona attributes and social
Okay.
frameworks.
Good. Right. That's Mr. Furkan is essentially correct there. The big theme is how do we get the correct quality of applicant to do it. So this can be our conclusion then, Lalita, right? We are going to have a discussion after in this afternoon where we're going to try to figure out what our new plan is. Okay. So for the meantime, I think it's safe to say let's take a step back. We will distribute according to the original plan that we had from the previous week, so that everybody can expect, let's say, the at least the quantity goes up, and maybe we get lucky, right, with the quality then. But in the meantime, we need to develop within our own group how to get more targeted and how to look for these opportunities, okay, to improve the quality of applicant. Perhaps I need to show you guys how it's done, because right now I just let you guys kind of feel out on your own. So let's do that. So that I think we can report to the rest of the team. What they can expect is yeah, just essentially what I said. And I would budget maybe probably 2 weeks from now. We probably can get everybody in this group skilled enough to be more competent at targeting and getting distribution to happen. Lolita, I think in your particular case, you're drilling down a hole, right? And it's time to actually back out and think about more globally. Like I said to you before, we can approach content creators who don't live in Bali. So we've seen a pattern in people who are in Bali. They're very bad at communication, right? And I've lived in Bali my whole life, and that's why the majority of our company is not local native people who live in Bali, right? Because of this initial friction. Okay. All right. So I would zoom out, think of a way to take the more broad approach, target different audiences, and think about who you can bring to Bali, right? Who can do that job. All right. So that can free up a little bit of space. Puji's case, of course, we don't know. We can't exactly get that, but I guess we'll assume that she can follow the rest of our group, yeah, in the new strategy. All right, let's go back to the main discussion and see what we can do. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. We only accept 2 months internship for um like highly qualified applicants. Like even
Anyways, yeah, I think later we need to go to Discord. We haven't shared about the new delegations.
okay.
Okay,
Don't forget to come to Discord, everyone.
back to you, Elham.
Okay. Hello. Hello, guys. So, okay, Mr. Jing, can you tell us how the discussion going in top funnel?
All right, sure, everybody. So this is a few things that we've realized. The past week, we've been using a strategy of targeting universities to give guest lectures and do what we did before. So it seems like right now the result of this new strategy is unsatisfactory. That we are producing fewer candidates, which is something that we had anticipated, but it seems like the candidates that are coming through are of lower quality as well. So what I've discussed with the team is that we had to make three decision points. So we had to decide whether or not to continue to pivot back to the old strategy or to do nothing. Or wait, to continue the current strategy, pivot back to the old strategy, or to start something completely new. So what we've decided is that we'll take one step back. We'll pivot back to the old strategy of distributing through job boards and more common areas. And in the meantime, we will develop the skill level so that we are more effective in our outreach and can get a higher response rate and a higher distribution rate for this particular new strategy that hopefully will improve the quality of candidates by targeting candidates with calling and career alignment. Um, there's a few updates. That was the main sort of theme for what we have noticed. We're long term wise, we're thinking about how do we increase the quality of applicants by being more specifically targeted to candidates that have a calling or a career orientation. That's pretty much it. Yeah. What we're gonna need is time, of course, right? So I think I can probably bring if we try this more ambitious distribution, it'll probably take us about 2 weeks before we get more skilled at it, so that we can get a higher distribution rate and a higher response rate. But in the meantime, we'll use the traditional distribution method to get people in. On the most urgent funnel, which is the sales and BD. Let me go to Furkan actually for an update on that one. Furkan, do you have an update on what we're doing in awareness right now for sales and BD and what we can do better?
Okay, so thank you. Regarding the sales and BE, yeah, lately I've been trying to, yeah, actually past week I've been trying to outreach universities, and yeah, unfortunately it was really delightful. The result was not really as I were expected, but yeah, currently with the current strategy, I'm currently approaching the competition winner in so far, and actually there's no result yet. Only one response to my invitation. So yeah, not really going well. And actually, I've took this discussion in. We are about to pass the email in this Friday to the BVA talk. Yeah, BVA talk attendance.
Okay, thank you, Furkan. I think Ilham has left without appointing a delegate. Oh, Ilham's
Hi,
back.
I'm
Okay.
back again.
All right. Okay. All
Sorry
right.
again,
Ilham's
sorry.
back. All right. Come on in. Come on in again. So we just reported basically the main problem, Ilham, from the awareness funnel, and
Yep.
we gave an update on when we think that this will be resolved, and we stated our upcoming week's plan.
Yes. Uh, and okay. Thank you yeah, for the panel team for giving the summary in breakout session. And move to middle team to Jenna. Maybe you can share uh, what have you done in discussion.
Yeah, I think just now already mentioned by Furkan about the sales and BD. So Like, yeah, there's like lesser qualified applicants, but the solution is to do the email blast. But for one good thing is that for VI chapter data scientist, right, it was mentioned by Vera that there's a good flow of applicants. So maybe like something over there in that for that particular role, the channel might be the right channel or something like that. But so it's like good to take note of. Then another thing for middle funnel is that we will have the change in PIC starting for today, and we have requested filtered database for candidate tracking and VDash for better visibility of each role's stages movement.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, I need some help here actually. So this is how I'd like to delegate bottom funnel and help upper funnel. Can I get a volunteer from middle funnel to get advocacy from Nadine, Wyana, and who else is working in sales and BD? And perhaps even some of our past sales and BD people that have worked at this company. And yeah, let's get some advocacy there because I think if we have the correct message, part of the communication that could be actually bringing in the unsatisfactory level of candidates is that we're not communicating the purpose very well. So when people see a sales and BD job, they see a job, so they apply. But I think if we start making it a bit more purposeful, that might help with attracting the right type of candidate, or at very least, maybe it turns away like the insufficient candidate. So let me pull somebody. Let me actually just go. I'll delegate this to Shaylin. And Shaylin, could you find me a person that will essentially get some advocacy from, let's just start with Wyana and Nadine now. Yeah. And that way I can integrate it into the top of funnel. Okay. And Shaylin, how long do you think it would take to find that volunteer or find that person?
Sorry, what?
How long do you think it would take to find a person who can help me just collect testimony from Wyana and Nadine?
I think like within the day.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Yeah. Let's just slack me when that's done, and I hope to have. Let's get the testimonies done by Friday. I think. Yeah, that can be a reasonable goal. Okay. All right. Cool. Back to Ilham.
Okay, thank you, Kathleen, and also Mr. Jing. Yeah. So I think I will sum up our discussion today in general. So we still need to find a leader in bottom funnel, yeah, and also Kathleen will do like advocacy program for sales and BD person. And also for the breakout summary, we can do a formatting based on to implement in to be more comprehensive written communication. So yep, I think that's all for this summary.
Okay.
And
Oh, one thing, everyone. Sorry, I forgot to announce this, but I have an update. I'd like to share the screen and show everybody what I got here. It's not my. Oh, actually, it is. It's my vertical screen, but okay. Hopefully, everyone can see it. So we've had a breakthrough actually in the BI chapter. So what they've been able to do is that now we can see the funnel statistics without having to necessarily report it. Now, some of these I'm not entirely confident are, let's say, this is what we call a beta test. Okay, we'll explore it. We'll see if it works. And what you can see from this is actually pretty amazing data. This is the digital marketing internship. We can see how much distribution and how much outreach we've done over, let's say, the past month. So you can see our outreach has really started growing quite a lot in late June and the third week of June. But we can also see what is the result of that outreach. How much outreach have we done? How much response are we getting? And then how much access to distribution that we're getting as well. So this tells me right away that our outreach probably could be more persuasive, at least for this particular role, digital marketing internship. We currently have just about a 2% response rate, right? So if we can get that a little bit higher, then that would do well. And we can also see what the average response window is. I'm not sure what that means. I think it's how many days it takes for somebody to respond to us. So each of the campaigns similarly currently have such data visualizations built around them, and it's helpful, right? We can see essentially how much activity is getting to the next stage of the result, and where we decide to emphasize skill training, mentorship really depends on what layer we're trying to pull it down from. Okay, so I just want to introduce everybody to that. Quick question: does everyone have access? Yes, Shumen, go ahead.
Jane, can I know where's the data that they get from? Basically, the data set.
The data set. I do not know where they get the data set for this. You'll probably have to ask Vidi. Because
Okay.
I'm
I
like,
think you can Vera.
oh, let's ask Vera. Yeah, let's ask Vera. Vera's working on this project. Vera.
Actually, actually, they get this from the Google form. Like in the template, they have this Google form and like Dropbox paper, right? So the outreach peeps have to like keep on input their outreach every time they do it. So the Google form will be like directed to this
Okay. Okay,
data.
got it.
Yeah.
So we basically manually record each time we do outreach, and then that, no, should we CC earlier? No. Okay, let's have a sub discussion on this then. Could the secretary bring this up as a main issue, not in top of funnel, not in bottom funnel, but just in general, right? For the, oh, okay, all right. If it's already there, already requested, no changes. Let's, okay, thank you. That was fun. All right, let's go ahead and finish that discussion asynchronously on the discussion paper. I'll hand this back over to Ilham.
Okay. Uh, so yeah, guys. Thank you ya for today's Scrum for everyone. And this is my last Scrum. Oh my God.
When's your farewell party, Ilham? And who's organizing it?
Furkan. Hi Furkan. What's up?
Cool. Cool. When is the farewell party for Khan?
Tomorrow, 4:30
Okay.
way back.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. We'll be there. We'll be there to wish Ilham a happy continuation. And then as soon as you close the monitor, it's over. It's just like that, right? Like, you hit leave meeting and boom, it's like, yeah, let's get everyone to come. I think Ilham met a lot of people. So please come yourself. If you also know a friend that would like to say a few words for Ilham, please definitely come along too as well. It'll be great.
Okay ya. Welcome ya guys. I wait for you.
Okay.
Okay, so yep. That's all for this meeting.
Yes, Erica too. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Have a good day, guys. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Cheers.
Bye.